Today, January 24th, we rise with gratitude in our hearts, thankful for the gift of a new morning. The fact that we are awake is proof that God is not finished with us yet. Every new day carries fresh mercy, renewed strength, and another opportunity to walk in purpose. As we begin this day, we choose not to be ruled by yesterday's failures, last night's worries, or the challenges ahead. We begin this day with faith, with hope, and with the confidence that God is already at work. This morning we declare that we are overcomers, not because life is easy, not because there are no battles, but because God goes before us and stands with us. Whatever obstacles may try to rise today, we will not be intimidated. Whatever burdens may try to weigh us down, we will not be defeated. The same power that carried us through past storms is still with us now, strengthening our hearts and steadying our steps. This morning, as we rise on January 24th, we remind ourselves of who we truly are. We are not victims of circumstances, not prisoners of fear, and not defined by past failures. We are overcomers. This identity does not come from our own strength or abilities, but from the faith we carry within us. Faith reminds us that no matter what we face today, we are not facing it empty-handed. We rise clothed in hope, armed with trust, and grounded in the assurance that we were created to overcome, not to quit. Being an overcomer does not mean we are untouched by hardship. It does not mean that challenges disappear, or that struggles suddenly lose their intensity. It means that even in the presence of difficulty, our spirit refuses to bow. Faith allows us to see beyond what is visible. It teaches us that what stands in front of us is temporary, but what stands within us is eternal. When fear whispers that we are not enough, faith answers by reminding us who walks beside us. Today, we choose to start our day with this truth settled in our hearts. Whatever lies ahead, unexpected delays, difficult conversations, heavy responsibilities, or silent battles, we enter this day knowing we have already been equipped. Faith does not deny the reality of challenges. It declares that challenges do not have the final say. We may feel weak at times, but faith teaches us that strength is often born in moments of surrender and trust. As the hours of this day unfold, there may be moments when doubt tries to creep in. There may be moments when we question our ability to keep going, to endure, or to succeed. In those moments, faith becomes our anchor. It steadies our hearts when emotions feel unstable and lifts our eyes when circumstances try to drag us down. Faith reminds us that every step forward, no matter how small, is still progress. We walk today knowing that past mistakes do not disqualify us. Faith frees us from the weight of guilt and shame that tries to follow us into a new day. Yesterday is no longer in our hands, but today is, and we choose to walk it with courage. Faith gives us permission to believe again, to hope again, and to try again, even when past experiences tell us to give up. Starting this day as an overcomer also means refusing to let fear set the tone for our thoughts. Fear focuses on what could go wrong, but faith focuses on what God can make right. When our minds begin to race with worry, we pause and realign our thoughts with truth. We speak strength where there is anxiety. We speak clarity where there is confusion. We speak victory where there is hesitation. Faith shapes how we respond, not just how we feel. When we choose faith, we choose patience instead of panic. We choose perseverance instead of retreat. We choose trust instead of control. We accept that we may not have all the answers right now, but we believe that answers will come in due time. Faith allows us to rest even while we are moving forward. As we step into work, relationships, and responsibilities today, we carry this identity quietly but confidently. We do not need to announce it, we live it. Our calm in stressful moments, our kindness in pressure, and our endurance in difficulty become silent testimonies of an overcomer's heart. Faith works within us long before results appear around us. This morning, we set our focus not on limitations but on possibilities. We choose to believe that growth is happening, even when it feels slow. We choose to believe that strength is being built, even when we feel tired. Faith assures us that what we are becoming is greater than what we have been through. Today, we rise with that assurance, grounded, steady, and ready to walk forward as overcomers. This morning, as the day begins, we call upon strength and courage to face the battles that may come our way. Every day carries its own weight, its own demands, and its own unseen struggles. Some battles are loud, obvious, while others are quiet and deeply personal. Yet as we rise today, we do not rise unprepared. Strength is already being poured into our spirit, and courage is being stirred within our hearts to face whatever this day holds. Strength does not always appear as power or force. Sometimes it shows up as endurance, as the ability to keep moving when everything in us feels tired. It is the strength to show up even when motivation is low, to remain faithful when results are slow, and to keep believing when answers feel delayed. This kind of strength carries us through long hours, difficult decisions, and moments when giving up seems easier than pressing on. Today we receive that strength willingly, knowing it is enough for each step we take. Courage, too, is essential for this day. Courage is not the absence of fear, it is the decision to move forward despite it. There will be moments today when fear tries to stand in the way, fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of the unknown. In those moments, we choose courage over comfort. We choose to act even when our voices shake and our confidence feels small. Courage reminds us that we were not created to live intimidated by life, but empowered to confront it with faith. As the day unfolds, challenges may arise without warning. Plans may change, pressure may increase, and expectations may feel heavy. In those moments, strength steadies us and courage keeps us grounded. We breathe deeply, refocus our hearts, and remind ourselves that we are capable of handling what lies ahead. We may not control circumstances, but we can control how we respond to them. Strength gives us the ability to stand firm when emotions threaten to overwhelm us. When frustration builds, strength teaches us patience. When disappointment appears, strength helps us recover instead of collapse. It allows us to maintain peace in stressful environments and to remain focused when distractions try to pull us apart. This strength is not rushed or frantic. It is calm, steady, and reliable throughout the day. Courage gives us the boldness to face things we might otherwise avoid. It encourages us to have difficult conversations, to make necessary changes, and to step into new responsibilities. Courage pushes us beyond hesitation and into action. Even when outcomes are uncertain, courage gives us the confidence to trust the process and take the next step without fear holding us back. Throughout the day, there may be moments when we feel stretched beyond our comfort zones. Responsibilities may pile up, expectations may grow, and time may feel limited. In those moments, we remember that we are not carrying this day alone. Strength is renewed moment by moment, and courage rises as we choose to rely on something greater than ourselves. We are supported, upheld, and guided through every challenge. Strength and courage also shape how we treat others. When tensions rise, strength helps us respond with grace instead of anger. When misunderstandings occur, courage helps us seek peace instead of conflict. Today, we choose to be firm without being harsh, confident without being prideful, and brave without being reckless. These qualities allow us to walk through the day with integrity and purpose. Even when setbacks appear, we refuse to be discouraged. Strength helps us recover quickly, and courage helps us try again. We accept that progress does not always look perfect, and that growth often happens through resistance. Every challenge faced today becomes an opportunity to grow stronger and more confident in who we are becoming. As this day continues, we carry strength that does not wear thin and courage that does not fade. With every step, every task, and every decision, we move forward knowing that we are equipped for the battles of today, steady in spirit and bold in heart. As we begin this day, we choose to place our full trust in God's guidance and protection. Before the noise of responsibilities and the rush of obligations take over, we quiet our hearts and acknowledge that we are not meant to navigate this day alone. There are many paths before us, many decisions to make, and many moments we cannot predict. But we step forward with confidence, knowing that God's guidance goes ahead of us, clearing the way even when we cannot see it. Trusting in God's guidance means surrendering the need to control everything. It means accepting that we may not always understand why things unfold the way they do, yet believing that every step is being directed with purpose. When the way forward feels uncertain, we choose faith over frustration. We remind ourselves that guidance does not always come as clear answers. Sometimes it comes as peace in the middle of confusion or reassurance in moments of doubt. Throughout the day, choices large and small will present themselves. In those moments, we pause and seek direction rather than rushing ahead. Trust teaches us to listen carefully, to be patient, and to move with wisdom instead of impulse. Even when guidance feels quiet, we believe it is present, gently steering us away from harm and leading us toward what is right, beneficial. Protection is another assurance we hold on to today. As we step out into the world, we trust that we are covered in ways we cannot always recognize. Protection does not mean that difficulties will never appear, but it means that no challenge will destroy us. It means that even in risky or unfamiliar situations, we are not exposed or abandoned. We walk with confidence knowing that we are watched over and kept safe beyond our awareness. There may be moments today when anxiety tries to take control, when worry about the future or fear of failure clouds our thoughts. In those moments, we lean into trust. We release our fears and remind ourselves that protection surrounds us. We do not have to anticipate every problem or prepare for every possible outcome. Trust allows us to rest even while moving forward. As the hours pass, situations may arise that feel overwhelming. Plans may shift, people may disappoint, or answers may seem delayed. Still, we hold on to the assurance that nothing happens outside of God's awareness. Even delays serve a purpose, and even closed doors provide direction. When one way forward no longer feels right, we trust that another path will be revealed in time. Trusting in guidance also shapes our reactions. When things do not go as expected, we resist frustration and choose patience. When outcomes differ from our plans, we resist discouragement and choose faith. We believe that every redirection is an opportunity for growth, and every pause is a moment for preparation. Guidance often works quietly, but it never fails. Protection strengthens our confidence as we interact with others and face the demands of the day. It reminds us that we do not need to live in fear of opinions, criticism, or setbacks. We are secure, guarded in spirit, and grounded in purpose. Nothing can steal our peace unless we allow it, and today we choose to guard our hearts. As we move through our responsibilities, we trust that our steps are being ordered. When we speak, may our words be guided. When we act, may our decisions be aligned with wisdom. When we rest, may our hearts remain peaceful. We trust that even when we feel uncertain, guidance is still at work beneath the surface. We also trust that protection extends beyond us, covering the people we love and the places we go. This trust frees our minds from constant worry and allows us to focus on what truly matters. Instead of being consumed by what could go wrong, we remain grounded in the belief that we are held and kept. Today we live with an awareness that we are never walking blindly. Each step is watched over, each moment is accounted for, and each challenge is met with care. We move forward calmly, confidently, and faithfully, trusting in guidance that leads us well and protection that never fails. As this day begins, we speak victory over fear, doubt, and weakness that try to rise within us. These forces often appear quietly, slipping into our thoughts before we even recognize them. Fear attempts to warn us of what might go wrong, doubt questions whether we are capable, and weakness tries to convince us that we have reached our limit. Yet today, we refuse to allow these voices to take control. We acknowledge their presence, but we do not give them authority over our hearts or our actions. Fear has a way of magnifying problems and shrinking our confidence. It highlights uncertainty and paints challenges as impossible. This morning we choose to confront fear with faith. We remind ourselves that fear does not define reality, it only reflects uncertainty. When fear tells us to retreat, we choose to stand. When it tells us to remain silent, we choose to speak. When it tells us to stop, we choose to move forward anyway. Doubt often follows closely behind fear, whispering questions that weaken our resolve. Doubt asks whether we are prepared enough, strong enough, or worthy enough to succeed. Today we challenge those questions. We understand that doubt grows when we focus too much on ourselves and not enough on the strength that supports us. Instead of replaying past failures or questioning future outcomes, we ground ourselves in the belief that we are capable of learning, growing, and overcoming. As we move through the day, doubt may surface in moments of pressure or comparison. We may look at others and feel inadequate or question our progress. In those moments, we remind ourselves that our journey is unique. Victory comes not from perfection, but from persistence. Every step forward, no matter how small, weakens the hold that doubt has on us. Weakness, too, will attempt to make itself known. It may appear as fatigue, discouragement, or emotional heaviness. Weakness tries to convince us that rest is surrender and that exhaustion means failure. Today we reject that lie. We understand that weakness does not disqualify us. It reveals our need for renewal. We allow ourselves to pause, to breathe, and to regain strength without shame. When weakness makes tasks feel heavier and time feels slower, we choose patience over pressure. We resist the urge to criticize ourselves for not moving faster or accomplishing more. Strength is not always measured by speed but by endurance. We trust that even in moments of vulnerability, progress is still happening beneath the surface. Fear, doubt, and weakness often work together to drain joy and motivation. They attempt to keep us trapped in cycles of hesitation and self-questioning. Today, we break those cycles. We replace fear with courage, doubt with confidence, and weakness with resilience. We speak life into our thoughts and refuse to allow negativity to dominate our mindset. Throughout the day, challenges may test this resolve. Unexpected obstacles may appear, or familiar struggles may resurface. In those moments, we do not panic or retreat. We remind ourselves that victory is not the absence of struggle, but the ability to stand firm in the middle of it. Each time we choose to respond with calm instead of chaos, faith instead of fear, we strengthen our inner resolve. Victory also shows itself in how we speak to ourselves. We refuse to engage in negative self-talk that reinforces fear and doubt. Our words carry power, and today we choose to speak encouragement instead of criticism. We remind ourselves of how far we have come, not just how far we still want to go. As the hours pass, we remain aware that fear, doubt, and weakness may attempt to return. When they do, we meet them with truth, patience, and confidence. We do not need to fight loudly or forcefully. We simply remain grounded and steady, refusing to give them space. Today, we walk forward with quiet determination. We allow courage to guide our actions, belief to strengthen our decisions, and resilience to carry us through moments of fatigue. Fear no longer controls our steps, doubt no longer clouds our vision, and weakness no longer defines our strength. We move through this day with confidence, clarity, and an unshaken spirit. As this day begins, we consciously declare success, peace, and purpose over every moment ahead. Before circumstances speak, before challenges attempt to define the tone of the day, we choose to set our direction with intention. Our words matter, and what we declare shapes how we think, how we act, and how we respond. Today is not left to chance. It is entered with clarity and confidence. Success today is not limited to achievements or visible outcomes. It is found in progress, in consistency, and in faithfulness. Success is showing up with a willing heart, doing what needs to be done with excellence, and remaining focused even when distractions arise. We release the pressure to prove ourselves, and instead commit to giving our best in every task, large or small. We understand that true success is built moment by moment through discipline, patience, and integrity. As the day unfolds, we may encounter unexpected challenges that try to disrupt our plans. In those moments, we choose not to measure success by how perfectly things go, but by how wisely we respond. Staying calm under pressure, choosing wisdom over impulse, and continuing forward despite setbacks are victories worth acknowledging. Success today includes learning, adapting, and growing through each experience. Peace is another declaration we make over this day. Peace is not dependent on circumstances being ideal. It is a state of inner calm that remains steady even when things feel uncertain. We refuse to allow anxiety, worry, or frustration to dominate our thoughts. Instead, we guard our hearts and minds, choosing calm over chaos and trust over tension. Peace allows us to think clearly, make better decisions, and move through the day without unnecessary stress. Throughout the day, situations may arise that test our patience. Delays, misunderstandings, or unmet expectations may attempt to steal our peace. In those moments, we pause rather than react. We breathe deeply, refocus our thoughts, and remind ourselves that peace is a choice we make repeatedly. We do not rush through the day driven by pressure. We move steadily, grounded and composed. Purpose gives meaning to everything we do today. Purpose reminds us that this day is not random and that our presence matters. Whether in conversations, work, service, or quiet moments, there is intention behind where we are and what we are doing. We are not just passing time, we are building something meaningful. Purpose anchors us when motivation fades and gives direction when choices feel unclear. As we walk through the day, purpose shapes our priorities. It helps us recognize what truly matters and what can wait. We become more intentional with our time, our energy, and our words. Purpose encourages us to act with kindness, speak with wisdom, and serve with sincerity. Even ordinary moments gain significance when we approach them with purpose. Declaring success, peace, and purpose also affects how we relate to others. We choose collaboration over competition, understanding over assumption, and patience over irritation. When others bring negativity or pressure, we remain grounded. We do not absorb stress that does not belong to us. Instead, we carry ourselves with grace, confidence, and humility. There may be moments today when things feel overwhelming or progress feels slow. In those moments, we revisit our declarations. We remind ourselves that success is still unfolding, peace is still available, and purpose is still active. We do not allow temporary emotions to rewrite our outlook. We stay aligned with what we set in motion at the start of the day. Our thoughts align with our declarations. We replace negative thinking with intentional focus. We do not dwell on what could go wrong or what has not yet happened. We stay present, doing what we can with what we have. Each positive choice reinforces the direction we have declared. As the hours continue, we move with confidence, knowing that this day holds value. Every effort counts. Every calm response matters. Every purposeful action contributes to something greater. We remain steady, focused, and expectant, walking through the day with success guiding our efforts, peace settling our hearts, and purpose directing every step. As this new day opens before us, we begin with gratitude rooted deep in our hearts. Waking up this morning is not ordinary or automatic. It is a gift that deserves recognition. Breath in our lungs, light in our eyes, and time before us are signs of mercy renewed again today. Gratitude shifts our focus from what we lack to what we have been given, and it anchors our hearts before the demands of the day begin to speak. We pause to appreciate the simple fact that we are here. No matter how heavy yesterday felt or how uncertain today appears, this moment is proof that life continues with purpose. Gratitude reminds us that we have been carried through nights we did not know how to survive and strengthened in moments when we thought we could not continue. Each morning stands as quiet evidence of faithfulness and grace. As we move into the hours ahead, gratitude helps us approach the day with humility rather than entitlement. We do not rush past this moment assuming tomorrow is guaranteed. Instead, we acknowledge that today is valuable and meaningful. Every opportunity, every interaction, and every task becomes more significant when viewed through a grateful heart. Gratitude keeps us grounded and attentive to the present. Even when life is challenging, gratitude teaches us to recognize blessings alongside burdens. It does not deny hardship, but it refuses to let hardship blind us to goodness. We give thanks not because everything is perfect, but because grace is present even in imperfection. Gratitude gives us the strength to remain hopeful when circumstances are difficult and patient when answers take time. As the day unfolds, gratitude shapes our mindset and influences our reactions. When plans change or obstacles appear, gratitude reminds us to respond with grace instead of frustration. We learn to see interruptions as redirections and delays as moments of protection. Gratitude allows us to trust that even when we do not understand the full picture, something purposeful is still at work. Gratitude also affects how we see ourselves. Instead of criticizing our flaws or dwelling on failures, we recognize growth and progress. We give thanks for lessons learned, resilience gained, and strength developed along the way. This awareness fosters self-compassion and confidence, allowing us to move forward without the weight of unnecessary guilt or shame. Our gratitude extends beyond ourselves to the people around us. We become more patient, more understanding, and more generous when we recognize that others too are navigating their own challenges. Gratitude opens our hearts to kindness and deepens our appreciation for support, encouragement, and connection. We do not take relationships for granted. We value them as part of the gift of this day. As we continue through the morning, gratitude keeps our perspective clear. Instead of focusing only on outcomes, we appreciate effort. Instead of fixating on what remains unfinished, we acknowledge what has already been accomplished. Gratitude brings balance to ambition, reminding us that progress is meaningful even when it is slow. In moments of quiet, gratitude becomes reflection. In moments of activity, it becomes motivation. It fuels our desire to do well, serve faithfully, and live intentionally. Gratitude encourages us to steward the day wisely, understanding that how we use our time matters. As the sun rises higher and the day moves forward, gratitude remains our foundation. It steadies us in uncertainty, softens us in tension, and strengthens us in responsibility. We move through this day aware that every moment is an opportunity shaped by mercy, sustained by grace, and worthy of thankfulness.